it's certainly going to be a test for the hand-cooked tyres in Formula Vee today, with tricky conditions coming down here at Zwartkops for the final round of the Extreme Festival.
Look, it's really difficult because we don't have a dedicated set of wet tyres. We race on the same tyres, wet and dry, so it was really hard. You know, you have to really drive the car gingerly.
And we're going to see more of the same from these guys now as they go out in some really tricky conditions. On pole position though, the Automeco machine of Zwartkops, but it's the two Reflex Solutions cars that head down into turn one in the lead. Looks like Masnak around the outside. Wilson is on the inside. Masnak's going to have the line for turn two, Renexcon corner. The Renexcon car, first of them, is in fourth place with Peter Hills at the wheel, and you can see sneaking through there is Jaco Schricks, starting to make his way and claim that championship that he's worked so hard for this season. He's got to just try and finish up both heats on the day here, and it'll all be done and dusted. We're on board here with his teammate a bit further back, and you can see just how difficult these conditions are going to be, especially in an open cockpit. On the braking markers for Castle Edge corner, there's Alan Holmes sneaking up on Hills. Hills shuts the door. Hank Swanepoel starting to come into play as well in the second of the Renexcon cars, and he's fighting with Tristan Alford. Good start there from the youngster. Let's see if he can keep it all the way at the top end. The top end of the field, though, it is Masnak from Wilson. Wilson doing the blocking role, keeping the rest of the field behind him and not allowing anybody near his teammate. The two Reflex Solutions cars working in great tandem teamwork there. Brad Benningfield also having a good start on. Whoa! Hills gets it out of shape. He gets it completely wrong. So does the 31 car, but further back of Ricardo Tafani. And the young Carter, unfortunately, just getting it all wrong here. Here's the reason. A little touch between the two open wheel cars. Alan Holm just trying to sneak up on the inside there. Oh, they're just spinning out left, right, and center now as Theodore Vermaak gets it all wrong through turn one. Alan Holm now putting the pressure onto Masnak. It looks like Wilson might have also had a little bit of an issue because Masnak was leading earlier on. It's now Jaco Schricks that leads things out. Second place battle is between Alan Holm, Zwartkops, and Wilson. And you can see just how close that's getting. But further back there, Hank Swanepoel under some pressure, as is Peter Hills. And now they come on the braking markers. That's Holm up the inside as Masnak runs wide onto the kitty litter. And it looks like there might be a move here from Zwartkops. Sneaking up the inside, and the Office Direct machine gets the motor down one position, but he'll come back at him through the left-hander. Now down onto the braking markers for the final time. Goldwagen corner is sorted. Jaco Schricks puts one hand on the trophy and takes first blood. His teammate sneaks up for second and gets through on Zwartkops. Can you believe that action? Into the final corner, taking second place away from the old man, and he's going to have to fight hard in race number two. Wilson comes through for fourth place. Confirmation of the results there. Schricks takes it from Alan Holm. Zwartkops in third place ahead of Greg Wilson. Tristan Alford, the youngster, up in fifth ahead of Brad Benningfield. Then it was the two Renexcon cars fighting for honours. Hank Swanepoel taking those honours ahead of Hills. Anthony Taylor in ninth. Masnak, Tugwell, and Hills your top 12. Straight into race two, and Anthony Taylor seems fired up. Conditions a little bit easier because it's not as wet as it was in the first race. There's still some patches of wetness on the circuit, but the Hankook tyres should be able to deal with them pretty easily as they head down to Renexcon corner. Zwartkops tucked in behind the newly crowned champion for 2014 in Formula Vee. Jaco Schricks wants to take last blood of the day and last blood of the season. Speaking of blood, oh, it's Renexcon flavor down in Renexcon corner. The nose cone is off. There is nothing Hank Swanepoel could do about that. And yes, there was nothing that Masnak could do about it either. Swanepoel spinning out, Masnak just clipping the nose off the front end of that car, but we continue racing. And at the front end, the three getting away off of first, second, and third. 4, 5, and 6 here. Starting to heat up a little bit through Castle Edge corner as Alan Holm looks for a way through. Taylor is looking for a chance to sneak up on him as well, as we see the rear-facing view here from Alan Holm coming up to Sassel corner. On the braking markers, he gets closed down. Masnak starting to come through it as well. He wants through and wants through badly. Wilson fighting for honours and possibly for the last race victory of the season. But he's got Tristan Alford involved in that battle too. So the youngster also looking like he's fired up here today and wants to possibly spoil it for the two slightly elderly statesmen in this Formula Vee category. They spread out down towards the Renexcon corner, and Alford is probably the danger man here. Wilson trying to drive around the outside, looking for a slightly different line to get drive onto that straightaway through speed and sound sweep. Don't be clipping wheels. We've seen what happens with that. Barry Duplessis a bit further back there fighting it out with Theodore Vermaak. And just behind them, it's Ricardo Tafani. Vaughan Hills also in there in the third of the Renexcon cars. Now, oh, it's starting to get real exciting at the front end. That 84 car has fallen back ever so slightly, and Alford wasn't able to run the same kind of pace we saw earlier on in this season. He's now behind and down into what is fourth place. He's under pressure from Masnak. Masnak looking for a way to sneak through. Michael Masnak certainly on fire here today and looking like he could potentially spoil it for a couple of drivers. There's a big fist up there. Wilson knows he's got this one. He comes into the final corner. He's pulled about a second lead over second place Jaco Schricks. Schricks will not be concerned. He's won the championship. And across the line, Sim Krobler takes the final podium position. In the championship, it was all about Jaco Schricks beating Greg Wilson and Alan Holm in third place, his teammate. Peter Hills in fourth ahead of Michael Masnak and Gert Vandenberg taking up the top 6. Then it was Alfred, a youngster and probably a man to look out for next season. Ben Pienaar, Sim Krobler and Henk Swanepoel, the top 10.
Sim tells me there was a draw line for 2 wheels, so maybe you should have been on motorbikes.
We made it for 8 wheels sometimes and just stuck it in there and found a way past.
Congratulations to the 2014 Formula Vee champion, Jaco Schricks.